Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today we are going to be going over the Lunar New Year event. So, this is now, I believe, good God, I'm not sure exactly how long that they've done this for, but I do know it's the fourth iteration of ships that we've gotten, I'm sorry, the third iteration of ships that we've gotten in the Lunar New Year event. It started out with the Aryan, and then we had the Baji and the whatever the heck the Pan-Asian Charles Martel is. And then this year we have Pan-Asian Alsace and Pan-Asian Saipan, or the Wujing and the Sanjiang, which they are literally copy-paste Alsace and Saipan. You can take the camouflage off of both ships, and it's literally just them. It's not a unique model or anything. At least with the Baji and the Pan-Asian Charles Martel, whatever that ship's called, I believe it's the Wukong. They tried to mix those ships up. Baji's a little bit more accurate Ismo, and Wukong is Charles Martel with deep-water torpedoes. So yeah, but again, Sanjiang and Wujing, just Saipan, just Alsace, literally copy-pasted. Only real difference is you get the Lunar New Year camouflage. Well, I guess the Journey to the West camouflage is the more appropriate name for it. Which, on the Wujing, looks really nice, except for the big figurehead in the front. I'm not a big fan of those types of designs. But overall, the color coordination and some of the other details, like the inscriptions and stuff, it looks really nice, you know. It looks very clean. I do like that aspect of it. But other than that, I mean, I'm not a big fan of these event camos. I prefer the more historical camouflages. But if you like these types of camouflages, you did get a really nice one here on the Wujing. Now on the Sanjiang, I think that's how you say it. It's I'm not as big of a fan of the colors there. The designs still look nice. There's some nice patterns that go up and down the length of the ship. Not exactly sure what's up with this, I guess, crown or hat that's supposed to be the conning tower. Okay, you know, that's something. But you know, it looks nice. There's some nice detail on there. But other than that, again, just a Saipan. The planes look pretty neat too. But again, other than that, just a Saipan. So yeah. So beyond the ships, of course, what about the event and the containers that you can get in the event? Well, the containers are actually not that bad this time around. You can, of course, get the ships in the containers, and if you get lucky enough to get one of the ships in these containers, especially something like the Wujing, which is just the Alsace, that's a tier 9 ship you can potentially get in these containers. But the thing is, too, you know, these ships, it's not like, at least to my knowledge, there's a Pan-Asian carrier line or a Pan-Asian battleship line coming out anytime soon. So you're not really missing out on anything if you don't get these ships, because again, it's just Saipan and Alsace, and there's no Pan-Asian CV line, there's no Pan-Asian battleship line coming out, so it's not like you need these ships to train your commanders. So there's no real urgency or, I guess, desire to get these ships unless you're just a fan of Journey to the West, or whatever the event is based off of. But the containers themselves are actually, like I said, pretty nice to go around. Besides the ships, you do get a chance of getting either 1,250 doubloons, 10 of the Type 59 camouflages, 20 of the Lunar Warrior camouflages. The Lunar Warrior camouflages are not fantastic, but they are a pretty nice booster camouflage. They give you a pretty decent boost to your XP income. But you can also get the Spring Sky, the Asian Lantern, the Mosaic camouflages, which are some of the best booster camouflages in the game. Spring Sky, those are the camouflages that I used in the two hyper grind videos where I grinded tier 10 in like 20 matches. Those camouflages are really good for grinding, but they only give them out 5 at a time because of that, obviously. But you know, you can still get them here. And of course, you can also get premium time out of that. You get 8 days of premium time out of the containers as well. So obviously, I mean, that 12,500 coal is really freaking nice, and thanks to my Patreons here, I was able to just go ahead and just buy one of the big bundles to see how they gave out the rewards, and it was a lot of the Lunar Warrior camouflage, but I did also get a lot of doubloons out of these containers, and I got 3 sets of the 12,500 coal, which that was really, really nice, and I got the Pan-Asian Saipan, the Sanjiang, out of it as well, and enough doubloons too to go around and then get the Wu Jing with only, I think, like 3,000 doubloons out of my own pocket. So I mean, kind of a good run there, but of course, you know, your results may vary because of RNG, but not a bad event per se, but just it's all right, you know, it's okay. There's no big paywall or anything, or, you know, they're not selling a tier 10 premium for a ridiculous amount of money or anything like that, like with the Zerlane event last go round. And you do get, if you manage to snag one of these ships in the containers, you do get a 10-point commander with it as well, which that is pretty nice. But unfortunately, 10-point commanders aren't what they once were. 10-point commanders back before the rework, you could get a pretty basic build for whatever class you were going on. So, like, for example, with a battleship, you could get a fundamental battleship build out of a 10-point commander. You know, you can take preventive maintenance, MLG turrets, either superintendent or oh no, actually not drill and rush. That was a 2-point skill, but you can get superintendent or basic sub survivability, and then either like concealment expert, or, you know, if you got a secondary BB, manual file for secondaries. But now it's kind of painful. I'm not gonna lie. I was playing the Wu Jing just to try and get some footage for this video, just some background footage, and good God, only having a 10-point commander on a battleship right now is wow, because of the meta. Because you could take Deadeye, but your concealment's like 16 kilometers, and your maximum range on Wu Jing is only 20 kilometers. So you only have 4 kilometers to play around with Deadeye, so it's not really worth investing into. So then you have to either take concealment, or fire prevention, or discount superintendent to really, you know, have a decent choice. I mean, you could tank one of the secondary skills, but Wu Jing, which is Alsace again, doesn't have that great of secondaries anymore, so it's not really worth doing that. So I went with discount superintendent, because that was the best thing I thought to extend my life, because, you know, concealment expert, I could get my concealment down, but I'm down a hill. Fire prevention, yeah, maybe, but again, that hill's kind of, you know, in my mind, pretty valuable, but I don't think it really would have mattered what option I took. You just don't have enough commander skills now to choose out of a 10-point commander build to really help in the current meta of sit back and snipe. And again, Wu Jing's guns aren't accurate because, again, they're Alsace's guns, and oh boy, trying to play the long game in this ship without Deadeye is something. And I did take Alsace out with Deadeye to see how much better it is, and it is a lot better. So, I mean, you know, once you get Sha Wu Jing up to a 19-point or 21-point commander, I'm sure the ship will be fine. But that's a lot of time to invest into a commander that you can't really use on another battleship, you know. But yeah. Also, apparently, all these characters that are, I believe it's a Chinese folklore story or whatever, they're all American. Apparently, the National Voiceover Plus gives them the American voice lines, which that was surprising. I figured, you know, a Buddhist monk would be Chinese or something like that, rather than hearing the good old American call-outs there. But yeah, so overall the event isn't bad. It's just, it's not fantastic, but it's far from terrible too. It's all right. It's a nice event, I think, overall. And you can, of course, get the containers and the directives that they're doing with the event. You still have a full, well, even more than 2 weeks left to do that. So, you know, you can play through the directives, snag yourself maybe a container or two, which you might get lucky enough to get one of the ships in. And if you do manage to complete the event, you of course do get the Anshan as your final reward. So, you know, you do have that going for you as well. And all along the event, you do get a bunch of signal flags and stuff. And if you do manage to grab the Wujing or the Sanjiang, it can make those grinds go a little bit faster because there are special missions just for them and the directives. So, you know, you could speed that up there if you want to, if you just really want the Yansheng for whatever reason. But if you don't manage to get lucky and get the Sanjiang or the Wujing or any of the other previous Lunar New Year ships and any of these containers that you can grind for free, there's no real need to go out and just dump money into this event because the ships aren't that fantastic. I mean, they're fine in my mind, but again, like with the Wujing and the Sanjiang, you know, you don't really need them for anything. They're not fantastic ships. They're both okay ships. Baji and Wukong, again, they're not fantastic. They're not terrible. They're just okay. Again, they're not rare or anything, so there's that. So there's no real thing you're missing out on if you just don't partake in this event. But if you do partake in the event, you do have the potential to get some pretty decent ships and decent rewards out of it either way, which I think overall makes it a pretty decent event. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about the Lunar New Year event in the comments down below. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 25,000 subscribers. We just passed 22,000 not that long ago, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Again, guys, hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.